we have now begun the main event of the night for the CGF Interim Welterweight Championship. Jacob Kellet versus Issa. We now move on to the walkouts. Coming out first, we have Jacob Kellet, here for the interim belt, ready to show all of it off.
Woo! That's my boyfriend!
With his boyfriends in the crowd. Coming out in the red corner, we have Issa. He stated he wants to knock everyone out in this division. No mercy. Alright, fighting out of the blue corner, by way of Burlington, Ontario, Canada, Jacob Kellet. Fighting out of the red corner, representing Lebanon, Issa.
The wild one. Ready. Fighter, you ready? Fighter, you ready? On a clean fight. Ready, time's it.
The fight has now begun and Ehab has already shot for a takedown. He is successful. How will Jacob react to this effective and quick move? He seems to be attempting to back up into the wall as Ehab continues to put on pressure from side control. Jacob now on the wall, attempting to get Ehab off of him as Ehab attempts to get a dominant position. Ehab now with the small yet effective ground and pound as Jacob tries to defend. What will he do to get out of this situation? That takedown was not even 3 seconds into the fight, but he seems to be fending Ehab off, attempting to get back up. He is now on his knees. Can he stand back up? Ehab holding down the pressure as Jacob attempts to get back up on the feet. He's up. He's officially standing up, but Ehab is trying to prevent this. Jacob turns into him. Ehab takes him back down. What will Jacob do to get out of this predicament? It seems like Jacob has kicked Ehab off and they are now standing. This is exactly what the fans have been wanting. It seems like they're trying to get a feel of the fight, which is very understandable. So far, it's just been grappling, so they're going through some light punches, light kicks to get a feel of how their opponent will react. Ehab still putting on that pressure though. A nice kick to the body. Jacob back, and now a leg kick. Ehab trying to readjust his shin guards. Ehab now trying to clinch up with Jacob, but Jacob prevents it. Circling out. Jacob doing a good job of keeping Ehab away from him. He does not want to be back on the ground with Ehab after that first 30 seconds. Ehab shoots again. Can he take Jacob down once again? Jacob attempting to fight it off. He's doing a good job of staying up as Ehab has his left leg. How will Jacob get out of this without getting taken down first? Ehab is laying down some effective punches to Jacob's body. This can wear him down later into the fight. As he now has Jacob's back on the feet, can he pull him down? He seems to have been pushing him into the wall. Let's see what he does from here. Jacob has now turned into him. He's doing a good job of not folding under this pressure. Continuing to try to stay up as Ehab attempts a trip. Can he complete it? There are now 10 seconds left in the first round. I'm going to have to give this one to Ehab. A simple 10-9 to start. Ehab, get in for Ehab.
Ehab's on the ground.
During this intermission, I would like to thank our sponsor, Braden Kusha, for the gloves.
Are you ready?
With a good grappling performance by Issa in the first round, I look forward to seeing how Jacob will react to his takedowns and his grappling threat. It seems like Jacob is finding his groove, trying to find a good sweet spot on Ehab through these combinations. Let's see if he can win this round and even it out. Jacob is doing a great job of circling and keeping his distance from Ehab. Staying in one spot leaves him open to takedowns. Ehab closing the range on Jacob, trying to even out these strikes. Jacob really needs to get away from this wall. One of his main game plans seemed to be circling around Ehab. If he stuck around this wall, he will be susceptible to takedowns. But it does appear he has circled out, doing a good job. It appears we have a fan in the background leaving the fight. We do not condone this behavior. Good leg kick by Ehab. Like Joe Rogan always says, if there's a nut shot, we gotta get those steel cups. Good combination by Jacob to fend off Ehab. Doing a great job with these feints and foot movement. And now the round is over. We now look at the corner of Team Issa. Coach Wilson giving motivation. It seems to be the Quran motivating Ehab to win for God. We now move to Jacob's corner. His coach giving him water. It seems he's already thirsty. On referee Wilson's call, we now begin the third round. It seems to be tied so far on the unofficial scorecard by me. Ehab attempting many body shots. These seem to be working well as Jacob tries to step away. Nice body kick. Another calf kick. Ehab doing a great job of putting on the pressure. Jacob now reversing the roles and going after Ehab. Jacob Kellet now has Ehab against the ropes. Can he finish the fight here? Oh, Ehab has little space to move. Nope, they move back into the center. Ehab pressuring Jacob now against the wall. We are also proud to announce that this is the highest gate for a CGF event so far. Ehab changing levels, attempting to take down Jacob. Jacob going for a standing guillotine. Can he finish it as Ehab tries to trip him? Guillotine gone and Ehab trying to trip. Jacob keeps trying to hold Ehab off of him. Will he successfully take Jacob down? And Jacob now successfully breaks off to the center of the octagon cube square. Good combination and pressure by Jacob. This is not the cloth from which he is cut. Ehab gets the back. That was so quick. Can he finish it? The slam down. Ehab now has Jacob's back. Jacob coming up and stands back up against the wall. Ehab pulls him back down. What a performance by Ehab as Jacob tries to get back on his feet. He does it once more. What can Ehab do to hold him down? Ehab is now putting his weight on Jacob, and he pulls him down. Jacob trying to get back to his feet as Ehab continuously pulls him back down to the ground. This must be exhausting for the both of him, and Jacob still on his feet. This is so impressive. He seems to be breaking off from Ehab. Ehab getting some light punches in. Jacob turns into him. What a wonderful job as Ehab tries to take him down. Jacob stays up. Ehab now holding Jacob back against the fence. He is truly the Mario Bautista of the CGF. What a masterclass. In the remaining 10 seconds of the round, how can Jacob take it back? If even possible, he breaks off, but is it too late? I believe it is safe to say Ehab is up 29-28. 2 rounds to 1. How can Jacob get it back? We now head into round 4. Originally, this event was supposed to headline the current champion Cole and the number 1 contender Orestes, but they both pulled out. Good scraps between the two fighters so far. Ehab with the level change. Ehab with the level change. He now has hold of one of Jacob's legs. Can he get the takedown? Nope, Jacob gets back up. Jacob's trying to get Ehab in a headlock. He does, but now he breaks out. Ehab seems to be stressing out there a little bit, but he pushes Jacob back into the fence. This seems to be a common issue that Jacob is struggling with. Ehab back with these punches. These small strikes can really add up in the judge's eyes. Not to mention the control time for Ehab is overwhelming. Even if they may have an equal number of strikes, this control time of clinching against the wall will definitely come in Ehab's favor as he now gets the back of Jacob and is Mario Bautista maxing again. And Ehab Issa now with the takedown again. He gets Jacob's back. Can he get the hooks in? Can he get a submission? Jacob turns into him and Ehab is now in mount, laying on the ground and pound. Jacob turns away and Ehab is back on his back. How can he prioritize from such a dominant position? Now back in mount. Jacob seems to be getting his energy back. Ehab laying back on the ground and pound as Jacob tries to push off. Can he do it, or can Ehab stay in this position, get some ground and pound, get some submission, whatever he needs to win this round or potentially the fight? Our main interviewer actually had a conversation with Ehab's coach Kieran before the matchup, and he said that Ehab would be prioritizing the grappling and the ground and pound, which it seems has been very successful this fight, and I wonder how it could hold up against the current champion Cole Jansen van Rensburg. This is just such a dominant performance by Ehab, but don't forget that he had a few weeks notice of this matchup. He had knowledge that he might be coming in short notice, which he did, but Jacob only accepted this fight at 6 hours short notice, which is very impressive for how he's performing. Well, Ehab attempts to be taking his back now, laying on more ground and pound strikes. Not to mention we are in the remaining seconds of the round. What a performance by Ehab so far. Through the 4th intermission, this is actually the first time I've seen Ehab take a drink of water. Very impressive as we switch over to Jacob's corner. We switch back again. Not even a chance to see what they're doing as we head into the 5th and final round. We now begin the 5th and final round of the interim welterweight championship of the world in the Canadian Grappling Federation. Jacob seems to need a finish, as I personally score this fight 3-1 for Ehab so far. I see another potential issue that Jacob is having. He keeps going back into the wall, which I have mentioned before. But he turns into Ehab, and it seems he is now Mario Bautista. As Ehab pushes him back into the center, he tries to trip, but Jacob stays up. Very impressive how many times he has stayed up through Ehab's takedowns and trips. What a good break from Jacob. He now centers back into the center, laying a nice leg kick. Can he win this round off of Ehab? He still needs a finish in many of the fans' eyes, but he is shooting for a takedown. He fails, and Ehab gets his back. He pulls him down. What a switch up as Ehab tries to get his back. He needs to get his hooks in, or Jacob can get out of this. Ehab now has his hook in. Jacob pulls it back out. Ehab's still trying to get those hooks in. If he gets those hooks in, it may be over. He's getting more ground and pound in. Could he get a rear naked choke and finish this fight here? It looks like it may be possible. Is Jacob going out here? Nope, no choke. He is now in mount. What a dominant matchup by Ehab as he now takes his back once again. How is Jacob not broken? Jacob Kellet has the heart of a lion. He is the lion of the CGF, but that is not enough to defeat Ehab Issa as he lays back on this ground and pound. Jacob gives up his back again. Ehab trying to finish the fight with a choke. This is just so dominant. You have to feel for Jacob. He came in on such short notice, and he really had such a great chance at the start. Is Ehab now holding him, attempting to free his hand to lock in a rear naked choke, but Jacob is not letting that happen as he attempts to turn into Ehab. Ehab trying to roll Jacob back over into the side that he's trying to turn out of. Can Ehab finish this fight? He has a rear naked choke in the remaining seconds of the fight. Can he end it? Ehab Issa. Can he finish the fight, or will Jacob stay through it? It seems to be on his chin, but you can tap out to anything as long as it hurts enough. Ehab cannot get it. And the fight is over! We'll see who the judges score this for, but I believe it's Ehab easily. All three judges score this bout 49-46, and your winner, the new interim champion of the world, Ehab Issa! Alright, listen, interview him.
Thanks, Alright, I'm here with the champion.
Interim champ.
Interim champion, Ehab. What do you have to say to the actual champion, Cole?
Actual champion. He's ducking me. He's on a camping trip. I was supposed to fight him today, but he knew, and he pulled out. He went camping with his friends. So next week, we're donezo.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations, everyone. All right, over here.
Jakub.
What did you think about your performance today?
Honestly, I'm not very happy with it. I kind of liked what was happening in the second round. I had some success in the striking. Was able to defend a couple takedowns, but you know, he's 30 pounds heavier than me. I don't want to make excuses, but yeah, I'm happy that I had this opportunity. I'd like to thank Jason and whatever the fuck we're fighting in. And I want another fight. Somebody around my weight class, someone I could demolish.
Right here.
Orestes, where are you at?
Right here. I'll call him out.
And that concludes CGF 2. All of us here hope you really enjoyed the fight. If you look forward to competing in CGF, please let us know.